going to have a fantastic day today. I'm going to turn it over to Joel to do some introductions.
Thank you, Danny. And again, I want to introduce to some of you who are on the call today. This is a special IW Workstation meeting that we're having with Dr. Victoria Boyd. And we have been working with her on building out a plan, marketing strategies for the AI Summit that she has coming up in April 16th. So I'm going to say, go ahead and just start. And good afternoon again, Dr. Boyd. It's a pleasure to connect with you prior to the AI Wealth Summit. And as Danny said, we're excited to share what we've done with the information you entrusted us with to build out the AI Workstation for nonprofits. And we hope to work together to use this, what we're doing right now, as a starting point to demonstrate to other nonprofits how the AI Workstation can pretty much transform the way nonprofits integrate and use AI technology ethically for strategic growth. So today, with the assistance of Danny, and we have some virtual assistants online, we'll walk through the platform that we built, some of its key capabilities in three primary areas, Dr. Boyd. We developed an app, a bot called Ask Dr. Boyd. Danny will demonstrate that. And then we'll take you through the knowledge base in terms of how it was trained. And that's where you will see the data that you send us and how it works. And some of this you may already know because you are familiar with the Deal platform, 1000X AI, and things of that nature. And then we're going to look at the learning management system that we built for you in terms of how you're able to monetize it and some of your data that's already in there. And then lastly, but not least, we hope to show you a marketing campaign, a marketing letter that we converted to a marketing letter from a virtual sales letter. We created a marketing letter for the summit and show you how it simplifies how nonprofits can tell their story by using that data. Before I turn it over to Danny, as you know, I met you at the AI Wealth Summit, and that was the Deal AI, Pledge AI people. This is the same platform that they're working with, but we are part of the 1000X AI family, where we basically are wholesalers of this product. So Deal and Pledge, they have higher prices than us in terms of what they do and things of that nature. But in the future, we plan to develop, this platform already has over 100 customizable applications. But the beauty of it is, just like we are building for you, you can do this for others and create custom nonprofit AI apps. We can create an AI-powered grant writing and fundraising app, which helps automate donor outreach, impacts, help generate grant proposals. All those things are possible, and all those things can be built out. Automated workflows. Deal just released a new app. It's an agentic AI app that helps you transform workflows. It does things automatically, send emails, create copy, things like nature. And that's very exciting. Also, if a nonprofit wants to create an app to create their AI policy, all they need to do, and we tried this with your app and it works, all they have to do is upload their URL and ask it to create a policy. And we can do that right now today.
Did you actually take the policies from the document I had?
No, man, we did not. But we can, that document is in the knowledge base. So it will take some of that data. So it's in a database. So yes, Danny probably could explain a little bit more when he demos it. So having said all that, I'm just going to turn it over to Danny, and he's going to walk you through those key areas that we discussed.
Dr. Boyd, have you been playing with the platform at all? I can't remember.
I have been on there a couple times. I can't be focused on that right now.
I understand completely, but I just wanted to ask because I think the concept of a first-time person landing into the platform, I tried to create it in such a way that it would allow them to easily onboard. So the first video that's here is all about onboarding onto the platform, and whether you ultimately decide to just use the platform as it is, or you want to customize it specifically for nonprofits, we can work on rewording that video so that it's specific as a welcome from you.
I was on this page.
Okay, see, this is why
on the end bar, I clicked on.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So you've gotten the idea. This is a ChatGPT-like tool, AI app. And then what we did specifically, of course, as Joel just mentioned, we created a new customized tool called Ask Dr. Boyd.
Well, I got to get you a new image.
Yes, this is why we're having this conversation, because again, we just grabbed an image. We thought it was a good starting point, and then we just named it Ask Dr. Boyd. We can call it anything you want to call it. And it's essentially built on the same large language model as OpenAI and Llama and all the others. And so you can ask it any question. question. Right now, we have it set to be creative. And so we can tweak the settings to be more logical. You can play with the settings as to what kind of personality it's going to display. So, for example, I'm just going to ask it a couple of questions and then I'll let you ask any questions you want. Tell me about the AI Summit for nonprofits.
And you want me to answer, right?
No, 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 no. I want Dr. Boyd to answer.
Oh, I'll just sit here quietly.
And so it gives a very simple answer, concise answer. It's a nonprofit event designed to provide organizations with practice and so on and so forth. But as you would expect, we've trained it up a little bit on what it is and that kind of thing, and just kind of describing what it's about. I can ask it something else like, tell me about Dr. Boyd. So obviously it should know who you are since it's
Yep.
the Ask Dr. Boyd app. And so it gives, again, very straightforward answer. It tells about who you are, your philanthropreneur foundation. Yeah, I got it. I'm always proud of myself when I get that word right. And it just gives a quick overview about you, talks about what's next. Obviously, we haven't trained it about your new book yet. So we'll add that into the database and then it'll know about that book as well. But again, answering simple questions. Since Joel brought up the whole question about, let me grab this here. I have a link that we just picked a nonprofit that Joel knows. And so I could say something like, how do I develop an AI policy for a nonprofit? Use this link below as an example. This just happens to be one that Joel knows. And I picked that one so it can kind of lay out for me what should I do if I want to create an AI policy for a nonprofit. So it's going out to the site. It's thinking about it. It'll take a little bit longer to answer this question because it's a more open-ended question.
I'm familiar with how they work.
While it's doing that, let me duplicate this here and I will set up the next thing for you to see. All right, there we go. I'll have to go up one level. So I'll show you both things at the same time. Let's see, where am I going here? All right, cool. So we have the nonprofits and we have the Dr. Boyd. There we go. And so we'll go in there. All right, let's go back. It's done. And so it gives you the outline, right? Here's a structured approach, mission alignment, ethical use of AI, privacy and data, intellectual, and so on. So it's basically just kind of laying it out for you as to the things that you should also think about. And then to develop an AI, consider the mission and vision, write it here, these here. Follow these steps, right? So it's again laying it out and putting it out for you to kind of follow. Is there things that you would tweak and add?
Not to yesterday, I put together a whole AI responsibilities framework.
Perfect.
Literally, I did it yesterday. I just sent it to my VA to have it formatted into our branding, our template and stuff.
I love it. And this is what we're saying is, so as you add new documents, add new URLs, you can very easily add things to it. We're having a interview style conversation with Dr. Victoria Boyd. She's legendary in the space of nonprofit organizations. And matter of fact, she has a new event, AI Summit. We'll make sure we put the link in the chat for anybody who's a nonprofit that's
I'll put
interested.
it in there.
Oh, okay. Thank you for AI for nonprofits. And the whole summit, as a matter of fact, Joel Hill, who all of you know, is going to be speaking at that event as well. So there's going to be a lot of interesting conversations. As we do every week on Thursday, as fellow entrepreneurs, we're showing you how you build out your own white label. We're showing you the steps and the process as part of a done with you kind of approach so that you can learn as we go along. This session is being recorded as it always is every week. And we'll make sure that we share the recording in the AI Lunch and Learn section under the special tag AI Workstation. So it'll be there on the Thursday's session. Today, we're introducing Dr. Boyd to her own app, and we're actually going to talk about how the app learns and how you can train it so Dr. Boyd can see behind the scenes a little bit. All of these custom AI tools are under this section here. If you have a normal membership on the platform, you would have to upgrade so that you can either white label the platform, meaning create your own custom apps, clicking right here. And if you haven't done it before, it's $27 a month. So your total would go to $46.95 right now. And so it's $46.95 altogether. And so what's great about that, though, is you also get access to all of these apps under custom AI. And one of them is what we call an AI personality. So create an AI personality like the Ask Dr. Boyd app or any of the Ask the Experts app. And so within there is where you would go in and actually start building your own AI app. But before I go there, the important part of creating an AI app is to actually build out the database associated with it. So if I go to the knowledge base, I can see, hey, there's the Ask Ramona app. We have one of those as well. Ramona's on the call. And we have the Ask Dr. Boyd app. Joel and I are administrators on a few different white labels. On this level white label, there's only a couple of AI personalities. On my level, there's like 10 or 20 of them. So my point being, it's easy to create. And if you create it at your level, everybody on the white level and below will be able to access them. So you can share them with all of your customers or members, and then they can share them with their customers and members. You have complete control over your white label as you create it. So I won't get into all of the fancy stuff of how to do that yet. We're having actually a boot camp on how to create a white label that we're going to share the link with everybody on how to come join us. It'll probably be on a Saturday for like 4 hours. We'll walk through how to create a white label. So this step here, though, is how to customize a AI personality. It's funny, the if you look at this, the documents that are here are the ones that Dr. Boyd was kind enough to share with us so that we can train up the app. So this is where we're talking about. You would take PDFs, you can take Word documents, you can take PowerPoints, you can feed in these documents so that the AI will learn. It's super simple. It's literally an upload process. You hit the plus files button, upload it, and you train it. Now, what you want to do though is the documents that you're feeding the AI personality, you do want to stay focused on the topic in general that the AI is going to be an expert on. And you do want to not put too many other erroneous things into that database. Because again, it's like a child, you're feeding it that information, it's learning. So you want to keep it kind of focused in on the topic of where you're going. You can feed it also beside the files. You can feed it the URLs that are important to the conversation that you want it to be able to have. So you can train it up on other URLs other than your own. But if they're related to what you're asking the app to be an expert on, you can also copy paste in documents. So let's say you have a document that's not on a link or whatever, and you just want to copy paste in, maybe it's your own diary, your own thoughts. Because remember, you're creating an AI personality. So you can feed it things that you would like it to know and be cognizant of. So these are the database pieces of it. And then the second part of it is to actually go and create that AI personality. So I created two here for this demo purposes, the Ask Dr. Boyd app itself. You can see, before I actually go in it, what's great is you can see the types of questions that it's being asked. You can see the answers that it's giving. And what's good is you can go in and give feedback to the AI. So like say, for example, when I created my AI sales coach, it was if someone asked it about a AI text to video or text to image, and you asked it that question, it would recommend the most popular ones out there like Leonardo, Midjourney, and all those types of things. And I was like, no, we have that in the platform. So if someone asks, give them the ones that are in the platform first. And then, of course, if they want something external to the platform, then give them that answer. So you can coach the coach, in
Right.
other words.
Absolutely.
You can
Yeah. That's
train
what
it
I
up.
write in my book in terms of recommendations of platform because I'm promoting certain platforms.
Right.
And so I instructed it, no, don't use X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. Perfect. So you completely understand what I'm speaking of. So in the actual creation of it, let's go into the AI personality, ask Dr. Boyd. So it's very simple. You give it a title, you give it a description, and again, you can change this anytime you want. You pick a personality type, and there's quite a few different ones, and they add new ones all of the time. So right now it's just set as coach, and that's a kind of a very catch-all kind of personality. But you can, as I said, you can pick a one that's a little more specific, and you can decide what's the topic that the AI is primarily focused on. And then you can, so for example, I'll show you some other AI personalities in just a second. You can pick that topic. It's just a guide, really. And then this is the actual prompt, and you can keep adding to that prompt. So, for example, when I first created it, it stopped right around here, right? Yeah, efficiency, right? So it stopped right around here. And then we started asking it questions, and it didn't seem to know exactly what books that Dr. Boyd had created. What's your new book, Dr. Boyd?
Nonprofit AI playbook.
All right. Yeah, practice it exactly. But now if I ask it for your books like I did just a minute ago, now it will also
Yeah,
list the
I
non
noticed it's interesting. It didn't have my board bound leadership book either.
the other
Board bound leadership. It's on Amazon too.
board bound leadership.
Yeah, the four essentials: leadership, governance, assessment, and fundraising.
So now it knows your two newest books. All right. And so this is what we're doing is you add things to it, and then now it will get trained up a little bit more. And then you pick the knowledge base. So you have all those documents and links. And so you would add that knowledge base link here to tell it this is your foundation. Here's your prompt. Here's what I want you to do. And you can add however much detail in that prompt as you want as you go along. If you find that it's not getting things correct, you just keep improving that prompt. You can tell it whether you want it to remain strictly on topic or not. Say, hello, I'm the Dr. Boyd app. Hey, you can disable or enable image generation. And the only impact really is on speed. If you don't need it to generate images for you, and let the person use the other tools to generate images. But by the way, this tool, just like ChatGPT uses DALL-E to generate images, this AI personality can use the hyperrealistic to generate images if you wanted to. And then you just save as it published. And then right now we have two modes, optimized for creativity or optimized for logic and reasoning. So right now I have it for creativity because when it's answering the questions of a nonprofit organization, generally speaking, you want it to be creative at this stage. But if you find that logic is better, we can switch it over. You click save and the new app is updated and launched. And that's really it. And so, what's good about this, though, is you can create multiple AI personalities that have a particular focus, and you can either use the same database or you can use different databases, or as we call them, knowledge bases. So, you can add certain flavors to certain personalities based on the documents that you feed it. And so, that's really step one. The second thing that you can do with that same database, for example, is I can add a chatbot and I can give it a name and ask Dr. Boyd, right? It's real simple. If you create this particular chatbot, so let's say we set this up and so we create it, we know that it's going to be displayed on a website. You can tell it to either initially open or not open. You can have it automatically start the conversation. Same things. And these are real simple, typical type questions. You can customize the questions. You can say, I want to, at the beginning of the conversation, collect name and email. And in most cases, you do want to do that. And
Absolutely.
then you can add an icon. You can put whatever icon makes the most sense for you. We'll keep using this one for the demo purposes. And then you can pick a color and so on and so forth. And you click Save the Changes. So now I have this chatbot. The code can be embedded in a website.
Hmm.
So you can have it on an external website. So the AI personality stays in the platform and it's more detailed, more complex. And then you have the chatbot, which is a simpler version of it that you can place on other websites. So, for example, you can place this same chatbot on multiple websites. So, your Ask Dr. Boyd now is available to all of your website properties to answer questions like if you were there working 24 hours a day. Or you can create different ones for each website that you have. So that's the beauty of it. It's just that simple and it's really powerful tool. So you can either sell these if you're in the nonprofit world, you would basically make it part of maybe the marketing or advertising platform or program that you're developing for those nonprofits. So I won't do it right now, but that's how simple it is to create that chatbot, and that chatbot is email based at this time. We will add the ability to do text messaging and so on. But for right now, when they ask a question, if the chatbot doesn't know the answer, you can have it then, of course, reach out to a human, and that would be via email. I'll pause here to see if you have any opening questions.
No, I'm pretty much understanding it
All right,
because I am familiar with a lot of the back end stuff working with
perfect.
this. I love being able to take that chat box and put it on my other websites like drvictoriaboyd.com and the Philanthropreneur Foundation. My new book one that's opening May 1st or whenever. So
Yes,
that makes it easy. It's
exactly. And I think what's really interesting is you really do have the ability to share this quickly and simply. A lot of other tools, it's difficult to train them up and get them right. Our AI tools, what I love about the platform itself is that it's easy to do. It's not complicated. You don't have to know any coding or anything like that to get them up and going. Now, the same thing here, this webinar secrets. So we wanted to give an example. This is just an example of an LMS that we took the 7 videos that you had called Webinar Secrets.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. So this is a video-based LMS, okay? So you can create the video, upload the videos, which is what Tina did here. She uploaded these and you basically play them in the video.
Oh,
You
okay.
can,
This is my course.
this is your course. And so we just wanted to show you as an example. It would be laid out like this. They would take the course, and as they progressed through the course, it would say this is 0%. Go ahead.
Thinking about the chat box.
Hmm.
Can it be programmed? Let's say the person says, I'm interested in learning about the logic model framework. Could the chatbot then take them to that training page?
Interesting question. Obviously, we can feed it the link for it. So the answer to your question is we should definitely be able to do that. For example, this is the link right here for this app. So you can publish that link into the chatbot and say, hey, if somebody asks about training about this subject, give
Right.
them this link.
Right. I
Mhm,
get various questions and
mhm,
I have training already available and more
mhm,
coming. They might ask about webinar secrets or logic model or even the membership platform
mhm,
where they can stay. And that way, having it trained to take them directly to a landing page and it's
mhm.
focused on that one topic, the person won't get all confused with too many products because I know I got a
Exactly.
lot of stuff out there. So
Absolutely. I believe we can definitely feed that into the AI chatbot. So that's a good one. I'll make a note of that. I'll add that to your apps training. Link to webinar training. Perfect. And then the other thing that we can do as far as links as well, just to continue that thought process. Oh, by the way, right now, this app, as we're calling it, this LMS app, is also in the platform available, but only if you pay for it. And so just to show you the paywall, whoops, sorry, wrong app. Let's try that again. The Dr. Boyd webinar. So I'm on the Ramona level. and she has not paid for this yet, and she would be charged. Same thing. You can pick a number. Right now, I just picked a number quickly here, $6 a month. And so you could pick whatever the number is that you want to charge. And so you would just make that part of a paywall. And so you can put paywall on any app you want in the platform. So any app. It doesn't have to be one you build, by the way. So if you want to add a paywall as a nonprofit to a particular app, you can. So
Yeah, okay.
it's not everything is free. You can
They
charge.
become like a product.
It is a product. You can
Yeah, I
charge.
mean, not like it is a product.
Yeah,
And I guess
exactly.
because I'm used to using Go High Level
Yes.
and they list
Yeah.
it
Yes.
as
Yes. You're
products.
right. So it's simple. It's easy. Anybody can do it. And that's the message we always give to the nonprofits. We did create a page, excuse me, an app that we just titled it this way, right? So there's two kinds of apps in the platform when you talk about a GPT. There's one where you have a conversation with it, like a chat GPT, and you go backward and forward. And there is another one that's an input output kind of app. If you wanted to create, let's say, a grant writing foundational kind of app, this one is one I created specifically to create a business brief. But obviously, in nonprofit world, it would be, you want to create this or you want to create that. And in the case of grant writing, you can take the questions that you would normally ask to build that process. So here's 13 questions. And then they would fill in these questions, however many you think they need to answer. And once they're done with it, the app will basically generate a response document. And then that document can be downloaded, copied. In the case of the platform, where we use it most often is so that you can take this app, right? This is the definition for a business brief. You define your target audience, the core problem you're solving, the core fundamentals of building any kind of business. And so I could take that document, download it, or I can just copy it and I can use that app in other apps. So, for example, when we create the marketing section for nonprofits and they need to do marketing, they need same thing as most businesses need. So, I'm gonna create a new one here. Let's create one for nonprofits, and I'll just call it nonprofit one. And so we'll add a project in there and I'll copy paste this in. This is the business brief. It's not real, obviously, but for demo purposes, I can, without knowing anything about coding, tell it go create, and there's advanced options where they can go in and tweak things, but they don't have to do any of that to have it go off and just create some marketing hooks for the business. So this particular business, what was this business? I think this was Keisha's business. Financial for Women. This is a nonprofit. Target audience is women, core problem, creating passive income, acquiring new skills, escaping the 9 to 5 grind, and regaining control over their lives. So, this is a nonprofit set up to help women earn money, whether it's quote unquote a side hustle or it's their future business that they want to do. And the idea behind it is the 3 pain points that it's solving, the 3 outcomes, and so on. All of that is in that business brief. So that's the big dream generator, as we call it, that I created to help businesses put ideas in their heads on paper. And so then here's the hooks that it's created that you can use as headlines in your reel. You can use it for ads on Meta and Facebook. You can do it wherever you want. It's just so that somebody who doesn't know how to create a marketing hook can go ahead and create these. Don't work 9 to 5 forever, gain control and confidence. So these are things that they can use as they create their website content. It can be used anywhere. So they take that business brief. So let's say they create that grant writing document and they take that and now you create the question and answer type of input and output that we would need for them to head off to creating a 501(c) and so on and so forth.
I hear it twisted so many times. I just let it go over my head and go.
So here's the idea, right? So now this helps them create that. It helps them create marketing proposals. It helps them. So we can create versions of all of these apps specifically for nonprofits. I think you get the idea. So far, so good. All right. So the next thing we wanted to show you is we can take all of these things that you build into the app to create a website for nonprofits. This is the one that Joel and Tina and I created specifically to drive people for Joel's speech using his link to the AI Summit. It's a twofold conceptual website page. First, we wanted to show you that nonprofits can use the tools in the platform to create really fun pages with whatever level of professionalism that they want to create it with. For example, we used the AI video generator in the platform to create this marketing sales letter, or in parlance of marketing, a video sales letter. They can create it and run it. I'll just play it for a couple of seconds so you can kind of listen to it.
It's a constant balancing act of fundraising, donor engagement, and administrative tasks.
You have your sound on for your share.
Join us at the
Ah, I'm usually very, very good at that.
It used to be on the bottom. Now it's on the side. When you open up share,
Hi, everyone. Let's try
yeah,
that.
when you share,
Oh,
okay.
I
Zoom,
use,
Zoom keeps moving stuff.
yeah, it won't let me add it. It's really
Mm-mm.
interesting. Hold on. Joel, did you take away my ability to share sound? I made you a co-host. I didn't tell you to kick me out. Give me 1 second while I resolve this issue. Let's see. What am I playing? Okay, I'm playing it from the right place. And I am, wow, that is very interesting. Everything else is working. Why is my sound not
Yeah.
working?
What I was hearing it because somebody said they heard the sound. I was hearing it through your speaker, not,
Yes, yeah,
yeah.
not directly. I completely understand why. This is one of those fun examples of technology working really swell, and then all of a sudden not working. And nope, that's not going to work still.
Okay, we
It's
can
not,
move.
I appreciate your
I
patience.
go to the site because
I think you saw the beginning of the site, and actually, I'll put the link in the chat here. Just give me 1 second, and everybody can play with it later on. The purpose of this site, of course, is to lead people onto the registering for the AI Summit for April 16th. Everyone on this call is welcome to sign up and join. If the nonprofit is having events, such as we are here, you can show your sponsors and your partners. This is a different video that's focused in on just describing the AI workstation. These are some of the tools used to create, including the Ask Dr. Boyd app that was used to create this page, because we asked the Ask Dr. Boyd app for some content. You can share your sponsors, your speakers. And the idea, what we wanted to show you, you can see just the concept of you can create a very nice marketing funnel without any experience. And we have templates in the platform where they can build it out. We share the templates within our entrepreneur group, so you can easily take it and modify it for your next event. And so all of these tools and features, everything on this page was built just within the platform's tools. This is super simple. And you can add your contacts. If somebody clicks on the register button, it can add the contact automatically into your CRM system in the platform. You can do email blasts, automatic thank you notices to your donors and things like that. So you can create all of those things within the platform. So I'll pause here, see if you have any questions, or if anybody has any questions in the chat.
Hey, Danny, can you make the screen larger, full size for
Mm,
no, get rid of the view, get rid of the
oh, you're just
gallery
talking
view.
about,
The image, the panel is not shown.
are you talking to Joel?
Oh, that's how you make the screen bigger.
Joel, so all I'm doing right there is just showing the webinar. But Joel, you should be able to change your view. Zoom is acting a little crazy today. Click on your view and just change the view. It should only be showing
Right
the.
now it says side by side gallery. This is different.
Hold on, I'll stop it again. The only thing it should be sharing is my screen. I love the technology, but sometimes you have to wonder, right? Why are we having trouble today? I usually have zero challenge with Zoom. One of the reasons I like it.
Mercury's in retrograde until April 6th. And I'm like, oh, goodness, thank God it's before the 16th.
You know what's funny about this is it did let me share the sound this time, so I believe we may be even in luck if we wanted to. I'll play the other video.
Introducing the AI Workstation, an all-in-one platform designed to automate, optimize, and scale your operations with AI-powered tools. With AI agents and automation, handle repetitive tasks with.
I'll send the link out to you. But that's the idea, is they can create everything you see on this page within the platform with the tools that are available. I'll pause here. If anybody has any questions, let me open back up my chat. And Joel, were you able to see my screen properly now?
Yeah, I see the screen.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All righty, very cool. All right, and so we're rocking and rolling. We really are knocking through the demo pieces of it. And so I think I'll stop here and just get some feedback from you, Dr. Boyd, on what we've shown you so far.
I think I'm understanding everything. I don't have any questions.
All right, perfect. Well, I think, we are excited about the possibilities of kind of helping you in your journey towards AI and AI for nonprofits. So you've seen some of the things that the platform can do. So I'll just ask the question, how can we use these tools to help you? All right. In the next steps, obviously the AI Summit is next. The launch of your book is next. Are you open to us helping you bring nonprofits into the platform? Or would you prefer to create your own white label specifically for
I'm
nonprofits?
juggling the position in it for nonprofits.
Hmm.
And I see where my bot will be super valuable, helping them and answering questions right away, sending them to the resources they need. I see the value of that. I haven't formulated the transition from how I use it to how they use it because their whole mindset, we don't need another tool. We already have too much work on our table. I have to get past them worrying about their mission
Hmm.
and figure out what will be the hook that will show them, well, here's a more efficient way to do X, Y, and Z.
Hmm.
I don't think they'll want to sell it. I know it was mentioned when we first talked that
Right.
they might want to then sell it to other. I don't see that even in the picture because they have to worry about their mission,
Hmm.
how to raise money more effectively, how to do their operation systems and management by using the tools. I think that will be the strategy, really building out the resources that I can offer them and have them utilize it,
Hmm.
pose questions. Do you think this is something that you could utilize too? I think I mentioned before, it's more like a scaffold approach. First, I have to introduce them to, okay, here's AI. Let's just understand what it is.
Right.
And then show them individually. I don't want to put them in overwhelm because once
Hmm.
they go into overwhelm, they stop using it altogether. That's almost like go high level, like you said.
Yeah.
You go in there, this is just way too much. And so you just don't go back to it.
Hmm.
As I'll just go back to my old stuff. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's how I'm strategizing how to show them different things. Do I want to white label it? No, because I just don't want to put that much work. I'm serious, taking me off my path
Right.
of training. I want to see how that can be
We can
merged too.
help. Yes.
I'm unfortunately one of those squirrels that I chase after the shiny objects and and I get taken
AI.
off my mission. I need to conceptualize, internalize.
Yes.
Here's and I'm almost create a map of okay, first I'll use it here, then I'll use it here, then I'll use it here.
Right.
And right now I'm not there yet because the summit is on my mind and my book is on.
And I already knew that that was going to be part of the whole conversation today. So what I would suggest is Joel and I put together a one pager for you. And my thought process is just like some of the other joint ventures that we've done before, is we do all the heavy lifting. as you coached us on the other day, make sure that the branding includes Dr. Boyd. So we'll have the Dr. Boyd aspect of it. We already have a pretty decent URL, but again, this is open to the one-pager conversation, right? Do we go for it? Since you're saying right now you're not ready to do a whole nonprofit with your branding, we could stick with the branding of nonprofit AI.ai. In other words, it's simple, and change that single page here to be more focused on just generic nonprofit organizations joining the nonprofit.ai. In other words, Joel and I will build out the white label for nonprofits. So in other words, we take all of the tools, we'll rebrand them to nonprofit.ai.ai and focus them from sales and business, corporate to marketing, donor, fundraiser, staff. So change the all of the descriptions and drive them towards, the nonprofit world.
Yeah, using it in their systems and operations,
E-
using
e-
it as a platform to sell and stuff like that.
Exactly. And so again, these are all you just mentioned at the beginning of the call, and I write these things down, that the biggest challenge for them is marketing, not what they think it is. It's
Yeah,
marketing. And so these tools are designed to help organizations with marketing. So
yeah,
they need content and images, blogs. They need all of these things for their mission. And so if we can give them all of this
yeah.
for,
And just a tip, don't try to sell them marketing.
exactly.
You're still selling them fundraising,
Yes.
but take them first through the marketing path and say the ultimate outcome is better fundraising, even though
Right.
you're teaching them marketing. And that's what I had to do with my Super Donor Challenge. It's
Yeah.
called the Super Donor Challenge. It's teaching them all about engagement and building relationship and how you communicate with potential donors to
Yeah.
move them through that continuum where it takes them from awareness to a loyal donor. The outcome is, okay, this loyal person might give you more money.
You have to get them excited about your mission. And that's the
Yes.
bottom line is how do you
Mhm.
present it to them so that they are excited? And again, they have to learn to trust you, right? Have to build all of the content that is required for that. And that's again something that most nonprofits, as you said, may not know how to do, right? Helping them learn how to word things, how to do. So that's where the Ask Dr. Boyd app comes into play.
Right.
Because again,
Well,
they can
one thing
learn.
I asked this of Joel in an email and I saw
Okay.
it was not mentioned.
Okay. No, no, that's fine.
Price.
For
Whatever it is, I haven't seen a price yet or heard a price yet.
Okay, so that's why I asked the specific question, did you want to create a white label? Since that is not what you would like to do, then what we normally do in any of these kind of one pagers is we talk about a joint venture and it's simple revenue split joint venture. And we just talk about the details of what that might look like and who is going to be doing what. In this scenario, obviously, Joel and I will be doing the heavy lifting to create the white label. You will be bringing the power of the Dr. Boyd branding to the equation, and then we'll drive traffic to that marketing funnel of nonprofits signing up to the platform to be able to get the benefit of better marketing slash more fundraising. And so we'll drive them to that, and then we'll do a joint venture on the revenue from that. Very simple. And then
Okay.
that way, for your perspective, you don't have to do the work to get that up and going. And we obviously don't have the nonprofits. And so we're each bringing something to the table. And I think that's a very equitable conversation. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, so it's just a joint venture where I get the tools. There's no monthly fee. Is there a monthly fee?
For
I'm
you? No, Dr.
Oh,
Boyd.
okay. Yeah, I just have to ask the bottom line because I might be a consultant on one side, but I am a nonprofit on the other side. And so I have to ask the nonprofit mindset and say, so how much is this going to cost me? And
Right,
so
right.
with the joint venture, I will have the Dr. Boyd bot. Is that what you're saying?
You have the Dr. Boyd. Oh my goodness. Dr. Boyd.
Oh, that's
Two
fun.
B's there, right? Yeah,
BBB.
there. And but even more importantly, we'll be creating nonprofit based apps based on your teaching. And so you just kind of guide us.
So,
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
then you're the technical, all that back end coding stuff. I know you don't have to code, but you would take care of the technical side, and I
I
would take care of
resist
the
it.
content side. Is that what we're saying?
Right. We'll create both of that, all of the front end, all of the back end. And so realistically, it's a partnership based on your brand and our platform. So it's very simple from that perspective.
I have a to-do list of courses I would love to get out there.
And this
And
is where we are at. So now you mentioned, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's another question. So I showed you the video LMS. The other things that you can do, for example, Joel has under the Kemet group, he has courses and bundles that he has created. So these are not in the platform. These are actually on the Kemet group site, but we could do the same thing for your non-video content. We can just point right out to it. And so if, for example, if you click on this one here, access the course, I can't remember. Joel, is this one free? Oh yeah, this one is free. So these are free ones, but we also have ones that are,
yeah, I have a
charge for.
combination of both,
So what we
right?
would do is we would take this and build it out so it
Yeah,
goes.
because like board bound, it's already 8 modules a
Mhm.
course that's been
Yeah,
out. I probably want to update it, but it is 8 modules of a course out there.
exactly.
And just
And
like you took webinar secrets,
yeah.
that's a full course and stuff. And
Yes.
nonprofit AI book, it will have courses, but I'll be adding new, I'll say courses once a
Hmm.
month. So that it will always be building.
Yes.
So, okay.
So we could either, this is where we'd have to just get into the details of where the documents are hosted and things like that, but that's a minor issue. And bottom line though is we would basically point out to wherever they are. For example, Joel has in Zoho, he has a whole management system for all of the classes and things. We can build it there. We can build it in the platform itself, just point out to a G drive or, there's many different ways we can
Yeah.
handle
Well,
where
there's
the
there's
documents.
one caveat, or I'll say
Honestly.
concern. I have a
Mhm.
Google ad grant. All of those campaigns have to be directed to the Entrepreneur Foundation.org. They have to land there and
Mhm.
then probably then have a small introduction with Access Now button that
Mhm.
then takes them someplace else.
Okay.
But they have to land on a page on the Philanthropreneur site in order for those campaigns to be approved.
Okay. So when you say a campaign, what to you is a campaign? I just want to get the definition
A
of.
Google Ad Grant ad campaign, which is
Mhm.
where you place an ad within the Google Ads system. They're all text ads using keywords, sending them to, and they
Okay.
recommend a landing page. For example, it could go to your donate page. It could go to training page.
Okay. Easy fix from a technical point of view. That's why I asked the question to make sure. And the easiest way to fix it is we'll just make a subdomain under the main URL. And then after they've gone through the login process into your platform, they can click the link and boom, it sends them right back out.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
It's a good catch because I was not thinking about that. So I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
well, and see, that's almost every nonprofit because I'm trying to get every nonprofit to have a Google Ad Grant. See, that's another, everything has to be driven to their website.
Right.
So,
You mentioned that I was teaching a cohort for a nonprofit group in Chicago over the last 8 weeks. We did an 8 week cohort, and there was only about 30, 40 students in the class, but I was teaching them AI. And it was so funny because I remember the joint venture partner in that one, he kept saying, Danny, I can do anything, but it has to go here, or I can send them off to your AI classes. So I understand the concept correctly, and I've been through it. So I just wanted to clarify how it works for you. And so
yeah.
now I get it. Yes.
Okay.
If the sponsor is paying, you have to follow the rules of the
Yeah,
sponsor.
and we're talking $10,000 per month. A lot of marketing. So, that I just have to keep that in the back of my mind, even though, yes, I have these other sites.
Yes.
I have nonprofit AIplaybook.org, and I
Yes.
make them all .org
Yes.
because with the Philanthropreneur, as long as it's as the Philanthropreneur blah, 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 is shown as the owner of that site,
Yes.
I can
Point
add
that.
it
Yeah.
to approved URLs under the Google Ads campaign.
Very easy to manage. Are your domains under GoDaddy, or who are you using for managing?
I'm using Namecheap.
I know it.
And
So what we
yeah,
can do is really simple. We can make another subdomain under there, and then that way when it points out, it'll go there. And then when we build a web page, it can point and redirect to it after.
I'm saying when
We've got you, Dr. Boyd.
because I'm paying somebody to do that go high level stuff because I said I just can't deal with this right now.
Nobody wants to do go high level. They make a lot of money, but most people quickly get a little tough. So
It
that's
gets an
okay.
overwhelm.
It's a beautiful platform, but it's huge and it is a learning curve, no question. All righty, let me check the chat. I've been ignoring the chat. I apologize, guys. Let's see. So Bear was talking about his co-op, Rhody, RHODY. And okay, so I'm just reading through it, and they're having conversations with others, Dr. Boyd.
Oh, I see. Well, they were asking for connection.
I appreciate you doing that. Really, I do. I love to connect. Great. Okay, so these are the types of conversations that we have every Thursday, and we really enjoyed this. And as I said, Joel and I will work together, quickly put together a simple one-pager, just kind of describing a possible joint venture. We'll send that out to you for your review and comments and feedback.
I'm sorry, one last question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So all of that wonderful branding you had on there, is that going to stay?
Yes, of course. Joel and I I'm famous for lots of things, but nonprofit is not one of them.
It's my head getting big here. So
Oh, Dr. Boyd, we absolutely love working with you. So this will be a lot of fun.
I'm sorry. I put my email in there. I didn't realize my message was only going to the host.
That's a common thing when I make you a panelist, you end up talking to yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's why they didn't see the
Yeah, the other
URL I
one.
put in there.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I usually catch it.
So I
pretty
labeled
fast.
it, so it should be there now.
All right, perfect.
So grab it before he shuts this down because
Oh, you know, I always send out for this group, number one, they get the recording, but number two, I'll send out the chat notes as well. As a matter of fact, I'll grab them and make sure that we get them. So make sure that this all goes out to the group. Does anyone else on the chat have any other questions? Oh, by the way, let me do this. Sorry. Ramona, I'll let you speak. Christina, I'll let you speak. So, Dr. Boyd, we wanted to introduce you to Ramona Rogers, who's going to be doing your interview tomorrow.
Hello, Dr. Boyd. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous.
Awesome, awesome. It's going to be an absolute pleasure. I can already tell you are full of energy and value and all of those important things that make an interview phenomenal. So I cannot wait.
You can see I love to talk.
That's what makes it great. I absolutely love it. So nice to meet you.
Well, I'll just finish up and Danny will close, but thank you for your time. We appreciate it. And we will start promoting this event on our end also to drive people to your website.
Yeah, I have social media blasts going out every day, morning
Yep,
and
I've seen them.
night.
Yeah, we've seen them. We've seen
Yeah.
the power. We've seen your power, Dr. Boyd. So we'll be promoting it to our channels. Like for Ramona, she has over 10,000 followers, and she's going to be promoting your interview through her channel. So we're taking an omni-channel approach here, and so hopefully it'll drive more traffic.
Does anyone have any additional questions?
Thank you so much for having me. Wonderful stuff. I will be a part of this every week moving forward. As you see, my name is Bear, and I am involved with leading up 2 organizations. Yes, they are being very stubborn with the AI thing, but I will not give in because we need this.
Yeah. Chapter 2 of my book is Misconceptions and Myth about AI.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a couple of ebooks too, and I've touched on that as well. So I'm with you. Absolutely.
So tomorrow I'll be teaching on the new agentic world, the super agents,
Awesome.
they're called. And we do have that in the platform, Dr. Boyd. I'll try to make sure I get you your own personal demo of
Oh,
it.
that app is impressive. I was truly impressed. And I've seen thousands of AI apps, but that one was impressive.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Dr. Boyd. Thank you, Ramona. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, David. Thank you, Artrice, for being here. We appreciate it and looking forward to continue work with Dr. Boyd in her nonprofit organization.
All right, everyone. This has been another example of the Thursday AI Lunch and Learn, the AI Workstation version, and we're done for today. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I like the hearts. Thank you, others.